Good day, lords and ladies, and welcome back to Shadowrun Dragonfall as we secure a prototype. This crate has been sealed when only visible markings of Project Atlas. Yeah, send it to stash. Okay. Let's have a quick look about before we do anything. I take it we need to hack to get the elevators open. Okay. Plug in a little back box. You connect the slips into the box. The connector slips to the box with a satisfying click. A tiny red light setting the box begins to flash. After a few seconds, it turns to solid yellow, then to a shiny shift to green. At an instant, all the lights in the garage turn off. A few seconds later, emergency light kicks in. If what Sim did told you was true, you've just killed the main power for most of the building. In theory, the box also circumvented the security cameras on the building's other floors. You should be able to intercept the camera feeds by tapping into the elevator console on the 24th floor. Let's go. So we need to head to the 24th floor to turn off the cameras. Without warning, your comlink screen bursts into static. You can hear a tail of a series of clicking. Someone has established an audio connection onto your comlink. A moment later, a deep, sonorous voice speaks into your ear. You recognize instantly your lord's contact, Lucia Durr. Black Knight, do not speak, just listen. I have a proposition for you. I understand your team is currently en route to retrieve a package, the MKVI prototype, if I am not mistaken. My associates and I are interested in acquiring the MKV for our own studies. We would like you to deliver the device to us. Once you've acquired the MKVI, we will proceed back to your garage as planned. There you will find a transport pack parked outside your client's van. Load the MK into the transport and you will be rewarded. Herr Smith will also be dealt with to protect you from reprisal. To accept the offer, simply proceed as instructed and return the prototype to us. Please note that we need the MKV in an undamaged condition. If it is not in full working order, it is useless to us. As you know, our organisation takes good care of its friends. It would be advantageous to help us. Good day. The line goes dead with a click. A moment later, the sounding teammates' comms chatter floods back into your ear. Hey, hold up, you say. Glory steps short. What's going on? I just got a comm from a contact of mine. His organisation wants the MKV for themselves, and they're offering us a lot of money to make that happen. Let's see. I just got a contact of mine. His organisation wants the MKV for themselves. Let's go with that one. This contact of yours, boss. We're talking about who I think we are. That depends on who you think we're talking about. The organisation that we discussed a little while back, the big scary one, the one I told you not to take money from. In all fairness, by the time you told me about that, it was already too late. Yeah, I was afraid you say that, and now you got you on the lease with us alongside you. What are talking about? His brow furrows. I don't know, boss. I don't like letting anyone to him and leave it at that. But this is the Black Lords we're talking about. If they want something from us, it might be best to just give it to them. She turns and says to you, "What have you gotten us into, fearless leader?" I won't lie. We're in bed with some dangerous people, but this could work to our benefit. With any luck, enough money resources to hand to fire a wing on our own terms. It's a long story. Just trust me. I got us through this. I won't lie. We're in bed with some dangerous people, but this could work to our benefit. There's a long pause. I don't like anything about this, but at the end of the day, I guess that's your call. Make this the right one for all our sakes. Okay. So this is the situation we're in. Yeah, well, they want the prototype. The problem is, if we say no to them, they're really powerful. They'll probably have to do it. Again, indicates a console built into the wall beside the elevator. This looks like the elevator console. The camera feeds should have been routed here. Immediately, the visual feeds from all the building begin to flood in. Alright, now let's find a way upstairs, you say. Okay. That's an elevator. I'm not going to kill a whole ton of people. Break into a secure room. Okay. That door's locked. What does the sign say? Laboratory observation. Observation console. A warning light strobes out from the console of your approach. Large white letters shrink out against the red background. Warning, toxic contamination detected. COC12. Porcelain gas. Hazardous material override engaged. Laboratory entrance locked down. Input command. Access substance library. Text has failed. Network is access unavailable. Use direct terminal to access the deep store. Okay. Introduce gas agent to laboratory. Atmosphere. Purge laboratory air. Let's try introduce gaseous agent to laboratory air. Okay. Go back. We don't know what it is. Right. Can't know what it is. Purge laboratory air, walk away. So we can come back at a later date. And it said clear the gas from the room. What does the sign say? Laboratory entrance. Okay, so we can't use that. Let's see if there's something else we can use. Sign. Data store record. That would work. Record terminal. Welcome to AG Data Lab Archive, an employee retina system. Search the archive. Let's see. Let's put maybe gas. Okay, what was the thing called? What was the gas called? Okay. COC12. Okay. So we know it's COC12. There must be a way to purge it. COC12. COC12, commonly known as phosphine gas, a highly toxic colourless gas that gained infamy for its use as a chemical weapon during the First World War. It is also valued as an industrial reagent and as a building block from which pharmaceutical companies and other organic compounds can be synthesized. In low concentrations, its odour is reminiscent of freshly cut grass. The odour detection threshold for phosphine is 0.2 ppm, 4 times the threshold limit value. Phosphine gem-related deaths generally caused by interaction of gas and proteins of pulmonary alveoli. The end result of the interaction is destruction of the blood-air barrier, preventing the transmission of oxygen to the blood. Death by suffocation inevitably follows. In high recommended that any employee working or around the gas wear a detection badge. A suitable supply of suitable supply of NaHCO3 or NH3, yeah, must be kept in hand to neutralize any spills. Yes, so it's NH3. Okay. It was a gas leak, they said. Okay. So it's NH3. Yeah, introduce ammonia gas to the laboratory. Okay. Birds. Okay, warning, this action result in venting of contamination into the exterior atmosphere. Yeah, like a free. A distant whir of powerful fans fills the air. Papers and objects within the laboratory begin to flutter and roll on powerful window strips to rest. Atmosphere purged, no contaminants detected. So yeah. So we cleared up the gas, which was good. Okay. Scientist lays dead beside a small pile of smashed glass and a number of beakers that have been knocked over off a nearby table. Okay. Terminal. This computer is powered on, but it's sleeping mode. When the screen comes back to life, you find a half-written text file on the screen. The timestamp of the most recent edit tells you that it's written just a few minutes ago. I didn't sleep last night. Doesn't look like I'm going to sleep tonight either. The last test pass failed. My fault, I got the mixture wrong. Sloppy work, Jensen. I can barely keep my eyes open. Got to try again, though. No excuses in this office. I despise relying on stimulants, but I've got no choice. Got to keep going. Progress marches on. Starting a new batch if Hosfin pet isn't ready to be tested. Starting a new batch if Hoffer's pet isn't ready to be tested tomorrow. Well, best not to think about it. Got to concentrate, remember, lab safety, keep alert, keep awake. One wrong move could spell disaster. Glancing at the menu, it looks like a log entries reach back 2 weeks. All the entries are attributed to the same author and none of them appear password protected. 2 weeks ago. A new formula arrived today, Formula 17. I swear, whoever names these things must have no imagination at all. Formula 17, honestly. Still, I can't wait to start working with it. From what I've read, early clinical trials were promising to the extreme. Amazing potential for this stuff, and increased potency means less frequent injections at a lower dosage. There's nothing not to like. Despite my enthusiasm, there is still much to be done. The speeding up absorption rate is first on the list, and I have some concerns regarding the subject's immune reaction. Perhaps a formula could be tailored on a patient-by-patient basis. Read entry data for last week. Tailoring doses to individual patients has worked wonders. The key was taking a gene therapy-based approach. We've been using it to medicate. They've been using it in medicines for ages, so why not apply it to some logic here? So in a nutshell, I've used subjects' own DNA to delude their immune system into believing that Formula 17 belongs in their body. Simple and effective. This approach has helped to increase the formula's absorption rate as well as significantly reducing incidences of rejection. Unfortunately, it also ruled out an easily mass-produced product, but I've convinced the results would justify the additional cost. Read yesterday's entry. A week, he waits an entire week before telling me that tailoring the mixture is an acceptable solution, and then he tells me that the trials are to begin tomorrow. I have no time, and Gilbert's applying so much pressure that I can barely think, bastard. Hosfer's probably threatening him, all of them can rot. Maybe now that Hofher's playing heat the streets with Gisbert's secretary, he's learned to lighten up. We can only hope. Anyway, I have some news to move forward with the formula. Admittedly, they're far-fetched, possibly even dangerous, but if I don't start producing some results, I get the feeling that it won't be my problem for much longer. Wish me luck, Journal. It's science time. You're dead now, mate, so yeah. Okay, send it to the stash. We can't send it to anybody else. Grab the medical supplies. Grab the notes. On the counter is a note carefully signed in neat handwriting. The paper bears the letterhead of Senior Executive Lynette Stromberg. I'm still waiting for the report. When I said ASAP, I meant I needed it yesterday. Stay until you've completed the task, and then leave the report on my desk. The door code is 54139. I do this tonight. I expect to see it waiting for me when I arrive tomorrow. Okay. So we found the access code for someone's office. Excellent. Okay. This is probably maintenance. Yeah, building maintenance. Just sending more stuff to medical. Let's have a quick look around. That's a restricted area. Problem is, if we start a firefight, it will go noticed. Okay, what's this? Junior Executive Heinberg. Okay. On the bar of a number of bottles icon, most of them look expensive. Etiquette socialite. Examine the bottles. Go a bottle for the road. Cheap booze. First glance, the tunnel appears to be unremarkable. Its password locked. Cheer of screensaver marches across the screen. Inspect the terminal. Upon close inspection, you notice something. Into space, among the colourful bouncing sprites of the screen, there's a symbol that you recognise, the dead drop marker for the Socken Win Ritter. Socken message drop. As you study display, the green light winks on above the terminal display. You record lights, a pinhole camera. The screen disappears and the screen floods with glowing text. Stockenwitter contributor 1432 recognized. Welcome, Black Knight. Secret projects. This open request for information about the project and material prototypes being developed at this facility. It is known that a synthetic drug is being developed here to support a project called Atlas. In addition, a functional prototype called MKVI has been developed. The first contributor to provide us with the project data for Atlas and chemical formula for this new drug and visual records of the MKV in operation would be handsomely rewarded. All three pieces of information required for the payout. AGK Chemical Europa is known to be a heartless corporation with little regard for metahuman safety or morality. They guard their secrets jealously and seek to hold all the information. This behavior cannot be allowed to continue unpunished. What they know also know, no longer will we hide their secrets in the shadows. Timely delivery of this information will be rewarded. Freedom, equality, information. Okay. So what they want? They want the project data, the formula, and the visual record. Nothing major then. And that's her office. If I were a mage, I could activate in space 54139. Okay. Let's search the desk. A stack of business cards on the desk reveal that it belongs to one Anika Skroder. Cursory search reveals the desk browser drawers are stuffed full of lurid loved notes, all hastily written on scraps of official secretary. Moment for the notes. Exploring Anna's desk is like embarking on an odyssey of filth. 30 seconds in and you already learn 3 new MFs, euphemisms for sex in the storage closet, as well as exciting new definitions of a variety of common office terms. Thankfully, your search also turns up something more important value: a scrap of paper with a name and a 5-digit code scribbled on it. Horsehofer 84792. Okay. Search desk. On the desk is file read labeled Project Atlas. Open the file. The file is empty except for a single note. Moved to digital archives, locked under executive authorization. So they sent it to the archives. Okay. Let's try. Okay. To the Lord's Atlas. More about Project Atlas. So let's see. ATLAS. And it wants the code. Yeah, bypass authorization code. MKV prototype data stored under Project Atlas heading. Project Atlas. Volumes of information begin to filter across the screen. A good half of what you've seen has been redacted, and the rest is written in possible dense corp speak. Download the project data to your PDA. Yeah. We get the Atlas for them. Access visit records. VIP level authorization required. Do so to proceed. Okay. Bypass authorization codes. Herr Hoff's here. There are too many records to have here to sort through. Quick scan reveals the following details. Records of the laboratory experiments on metahumans, images of extensive series of cyber surgeries being performed upon a large troll, recordings of the same troll carving his way through opponents with a massive axe, and gun camera footage of what appears to be a vehicle-mounted chain gun. The weapon is being photographed tearing apart a variety of targets, both artificial and organic. Copy the visual records for the League. Okay. So we've got 2 out of the 3. We've got and we still need to get the drug formula. So is it formula 17? Let's see. Yeah. 17. Yeah, and then we can bypass the code. A complex chemical formula displays on the screen along with a series of notes. Formula 17 appears to be a drug designed to suppress higher brain function, specifically those functions related to emotional responses and decision-making skills. From what we can tell, an overall purpose of the drug is to render the subject submissive and pliant. The note goes on to suggest that Formula 17 was developed as a component of a large project called Atlas. Apparently, the Project Atlas has something to do with cybernetic augmentation. Formula 17 was developed to help reduce the instance of ejection in Project Atlas test subjects. Recent trials of the formula have been extremely encouraging. While initially a serious concern, fatalities have recently dropped off to satisfy insignificant level. The document is accompanied by a fairly extensive recording of testing performed on metahumanoid subjects, along with death records over the course of the project. Would be the organisation would be interested in all of this information according to their charter. Sharing this information with the world would be a top priority. In the wrong hands, however, this formula could cause immense harm. Okay. So we got all their stuff done as well, relatively quick, straightforwardly. Good thing we can hack with Decker. Right. So we cleared out all of that. I don't want to go kicking down the security door if I can help it. Yeah. That's probably Security HQ. Which isn't great. And that's the elevator up. Do we have any code we can use? Let's try 84792. 84792. Okay, so that's open. I don't want to have to storm in here and fight all these people. Not only will it like alert them, but yeah, I don't like the idea of it. So what's the objective? Reached, yeah, so we have no objective to get the camera footage, we just need to get to the floor. The elevator whisks you up level 25th floor. As expected, the run is convenient, relatively smooth sailing so far. A chime breaks silence and the elevator glides to a stop. The the MK6, I believe, yeah, MK6, is somewhere on this floor. All that it has to do is to find it. Okay, recover the prototype. The emergency lights wink out, leaving you in the darkness. A moment later, the building lights step on, cranked all the way up to full illumination. The lights are uncomfortably bright. Quick check your comlink shows that your security feed has been terminated. Instead of command view of the 25th floor, you'll find yourself staring at a blank screen. Well, that can't be good, says Dietrich. Yeah. Which means they've taken control of the elevator. Well, the control of the security checkpoints, which is not great for us. Because there's only one room. There's one door. Yeah, this is really bad. I really hope we don't have to fight all the way through this place. The door slides open with a thematic hiss. An enormous figure fills your vision. It stands motionless by a console in the corner of the room. Whoa, that's pretty brutal. Almost every inch of this thing is covered with dull steel and gleaming chrome. Its mechanical arms ends in articulated hands that won't look out of place on an industrial machine. Bulky, cumbersome thing, designed for crushing power rather than finesse. Clutching in one of its crushing hands, a chain gun glinting with sinister purpose. That shouldn't be possible. Nothing can be implanted with that much chrome and live. Yeah, Dietrich shakes his head. Yeah, this isn't right. Well, whatever it isn't moving. I think that's its own standby. Lights are on, but nobody's home. The figure stands completely still, but its eyeless head fidgets in agitation. Something about it reminds you of a snake tasting the air. Off to the side, a screen of control console glows cheerfully in the gloom. Okay, that's really bleak. So they've basically made a cyborg, a fully controlled cyborg. Yeah, MK6 Cyber Zombie prototype control. Yeah, they basically made a completely remote controlled cyborg. This is what it is. It's for all intents and purposes, it's basically a servitor from Warhammer 40k. So I'm just going to have a quick sip of water. This Mark 6 prototype is exclusive property of AG Chemical Europa. Unauthorized access is prohibited. To put the prototype into demonstration mode, you may activate the system from the following menu. Alternatively, the system can be directly piloted via a remote control rig. Press any key to continue. Access the system's README file. Prototype demonstration mode. This M6 prototype incorporates top-of-the-line cyberware from all of AG Europa's subsidiaries, including its designated PUT, Heavy Industry, Powerlift, Industrial, Cyberram, and brand new ZES Sensel Cyber Skull. Where necessary, competing products have been incorporated into the platform. Ares Thermal Plating, Universal Omnitech, Move by Wire, etc. These systems should be considered placeholders for proof of concept prototype. This biological component of the M6 was selected for size and durability by General Genetics worldwide. All autonomous functions necessary to maintain the biological component are originally to the component itself and should be self-regulated within operational limits. As a proof of concept demonstration model, the MK6 was designed for remote operation. A ZES Eye-in-Sky drone control system has been incorporated into the MK6's Cyber Skull. Comlink control is also possible for casual control, but for product demonstration purposes, use of the drone control system is advised. Armaments. The MK6 prototype comes equipped with an Ares Vanquisher vehicle rotary cannon for demonstrating the MK6's active strength and recoil suppressing capacities. The module is also equipped with a global polymer monofilament axe for demonstrating purposes. This weapon has been designed with a heft well beyond the lift capacity of an unaugmented metahuman. The MK6, of course, can swing it with ease. Long-term goals. In demonstrating the MK6's combat capacity, it is this officer's hope that the AG Chemical Europa's newly found Formula 17 Cybermantic reagent will prove its value to the board of directors both as an astonishing technical achievement and as a lucrative new revenue stream for the company. Have Glory examine the Cyber Zombie's augmentations. Glory nods and steps forward. As he stands next to Cybus, you can't help but notice that how much of chrome riddles her own body. The cyberware is high-grade, quality stuff, but not mil-spec. The arms look industrial in design, interesting choice, but there's nothing wrong with it. The control system looks interesting, like a drone control interface, but it's wired into the base of the skull. For all the positioning, I'd say it's connected directly into the thing's brainstem. Glory takes a close look at the cyber control module. A moment later, she takes a sudden half step back. She turns to look at you, a disgusted look on her face. Black Knight, listen to me. We have to kill this thing. This thing is our payday, Glory. Explain yourself. This Troll is still conscious. He's still conscious. We've outfitted him with an inhibitor chip. He's trapped in his own body, screaming to get out. This isn't just a prototype, Black Knight. It's a person. We can't just cash him in for a paycheck. Can you do anything about it? Help him in some way? She takes another look at the control module, scowling. No promises, but I can try. Do it. Not here. Let's get him down to the garage first. I want to have the van close by in case anything goes wrong. In the meantime, you have to activate him so he falls back to a regular position in the group. Just remember, Black Knight, that's a man you're giving orders to, not a machine. Input command. Drone control 4. Take a closer look at the cybernetic control system. The Cyber Zombie's control system is similar to a standard albeit high-end drone rigging interface. It looks as though it would be fairly simple to take task to rig into it. It would still drive itself, however, your drone control rig could allow it to react to your commands much faster. Rig into the Cyber Zombie. Your consciousness slips into the MK6 as easily as it would any other drone, but the sensation is strange. You flex your fingers and the cyber zombie responds, but the response too quickly, too eagerly. It almost seems to initiate your commands before you've finished giving them. You feel a strange tickling sensation in your spine, coupling with a gnawing sense of unease. The MK6 stands at the ready, its crushing hands flexing anticipation, slave to your command. Activate the cyber zombie and step away from the console. With manual command, you activate the MK6. It takes a step forward, and you can hear the whirs of actuators calibrating to adjust its weight. A few seconds later, the whirring sound dies down. It relaxes into a slight crouch. Active completion. Following protection protocol engaged. Waiting further instruction. I know how we have to escape. I'm going to put a quick save in, since let's all not kill ourselves. We're not going to be able to actually get out of here without fighting. Yeah, so we need to get here. And here we go. There's 7 of them. Knight-errant captain. Knight-errant captain takes a hefty step towards you, half step towards you. Magnificent in his mask, speakers, his voice comes out like a roar of some great beast. Drop your weapon, step away from the prototype. Do it now. I got a better idea. You drop your weapons and I want order the Tin Man to tear you in half. Let's go with that. Knight-errant captain pauses for a moment before responding with his speaks. His voice is dripping with scorn. Let's try it, see what happens. I don't like the sound of that. Do you honestly think we wouldn't install a safeguard into that thing? That wouldn't take it back from you at the moment you notice. Drop your weapons or have the abomination tear you in half. Okay. Come on, man. Let's talk like civilized people. The problem is that these guys aren't going to spare us and we can't be taking a live attack. You can't order him to do anything if you're dead. Okay. So first things first. And then run. Oh, I hate it when I get the wrong things up. We missed. You're a credit to your species. Big guy. Full auto. He's almost dead. Well, better make sure. Alright, with him dead. Let's go. We need to kill the mage. Because the mage is going to be a pain. And then let's see. Got grenade launcher. The conjurer is annoying. I can't stay in the open like this for long, so she needs to get into cover. Take out the mage. Took a bit of damage. Okay, so everything's not going great for them. Let's fire a grenade. And then we'll go headshot on him. Because the robot is basically out of control at this point. Okay. Enforcer. Target is marked. I'm happy just because this thing is absolutely gone haywire, so I'm happy just to let it do its thing. You being injured was not part of the plan, though. So and we're done. It got damaged. That is unfortunate. And I can't let that guy... Okay, that guy has to die because he's got control of the... Oh wait, that's really bad. He's got control of the robot. Okay. Let's just hope the robot doesn't go killer, but yeah, it's going to kill on us. I really didn't like that. Hello, Robo Buddy. You're gonna have to hold on the fort on yourself a little bit. Tiny bit of damage. That hurt more than I had planned. Heal yourself up. You stop shooting me, dude. Oh, I'm on fire. Okay. Damn, that cover's annoying. Yeah, he's got to go down unless I do something about that. And we haven't even got that far into the fight. Okay. Let's see. Cleave, hit one target with massive cleaving swing. Thrust. Okay. We're all up. It's not great. How's our health looking? He's a little bit beaten up. That's a little bit beaten up. Okay. Let's get out of here. And of course, we're not going to be able to just walk out the front door. Okay. Lockdown. Right. Which means we have to fight our way through to here. Which means we're probably going to have to fight our way through the security terminal at the top as well. Man, it's going to take time. I'm going to probably put a cut in here then. Since this is a good place to stop. So I will do a quick save. And yeah, I think we should leave. Like this is like so they've basically made a cyber zombie, or they've basically made a servitor from Warhammer 40k, which is that they've basically taken someone and they've augmented them so much with tech that they're pretty much remote controlled, which is pretty grim even by Shadowrunner standards. And I shall see you all again next time, folks. This has been Shadowrunner Dragonfall, and I've been Cornish-knight. Goodbye.